Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Precious Metal Summit Conference here in Zurich. And now it's my honor and pleasure to talk to John Skeet, the CEO of Mithril Silver and Gold. Pure exploration, I would say. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Jürgen. Nice to be here.
Thanks for taking the time.
That's okay.
What's your company about? Can you give us, please, a short overview, because you're the first time on our TV show.
Well, we're an Australian-listed company, dual-listed on the TSXV and also on the OTC in the US. We're focused on the Sierra Madre gold silver trend of Mexico. So it's a silver district we have. It's a district scale property. But what the standout for this property is that it's got high gold grades relative to the silver. So it's a gold silver epithermal system, district scale, and plenty of upside.
Yeah, I would say this trend is like the who is who of silver gold production.
We've got some good
As
neighbors.
I remember, there's Vizsla is on it, Sierra Madre gold and silver. I think also Fortuna, several large other mines, Buenaventura, etc.
That's right.
So that's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on the exploration stage, so how was the year so far for you?
Yeah, it's been very good. We started drilling there during the pandemic time in 2020. So we did 2 years of exploration there. We came up with a very high grade maiden resource at the first target area in the district. That was over 500,000 ounces gold equivalent, more gold rich part of the system. So it was a very attractive resource there. We've been drilling around there now for the last 18 months since we started drilling again in June last year. And we're looking to double that resource in that first target area when we come to doing the update early next year. And then we've got at least 6 other targets in the district that are drill ready. One of those we're drilling now. One, we've done some preliminary drilling earlier this year. Looks very good. And we've got one that's we're going to bring a third drill into the district early next year and start drilling that. So, you know, we've got these in the district that we've got these near surface, top 300 meters, high grade resource potential all across the district. And then we've got the conduit or the feeder system that's created all this widespread gold and silver mineralization. There's 300 historic mines and workings all over the district. It was mined in the late 1800s, all stopped around the time of the Mexican Revolution, and never really got going again after that. Modern exploration started in the late 90s. A couple of Canadian juniors did some work there, and then wasn't really till Mithril came along in 2020 that we really did some serious exploration work. So we've really proving this to be a district scale property.
Okay, super. So let's put it a little bit into context. It sounds really large property. You're on the right spot in the right place. That's also for sure. A lot of historic mines. You want to double from 500,000 to 1 million ounce gold?
About 1 million ounces, in that first target, just in the first target.
In the first target. Okay, super. So how many meters you have planned now to drill, and what do you want to use next year then for the other targets?
Yeah, so we're fully funded now. We just got just under 20 million Australian dollars in the bank at the end of this September quarter. And we're fully funded to do 40,000 meters of drilling between now and around about this time next year. So what I want to achieve in that time is to get that resource update done early next year. Prove that there's at least another 2 or 3 similar targets in the district that look like they're going to be the similar size to that target one, around circa 1 million ounces. And then, but the big prize there will be developing that the system model that we're constantly developing, and to prove that we understand the conduit system that's created this widespread gold and silver mineralization all across the district.
Okay, super. Have you done already any metallurgical tests?
Yes, the first thing I did, so I'm a metallurgist background, so the first thing when I look at a property, so when I look at a property, I think, where's the water going to come from, where's the power, what's the metallurgy going to be like? And because I'd already worked in that region for 20 years, and probably the most notable success we had there was Palmarejo, which was an Australian company, Bonnici Gold. We started drilling that in 2004. Within 2 years, we had 3 million ounces gold equivalent, measured in indicated resource, and got the authority to mine there. I was halfway through construction when we had Kinross, Goldcorp, Barrick and Core Mining all wanted to take us over, and Core took us over for $1.3 billion in 2007. So I had all the background from that. This is the same. When I saw Coppelkin, I thought this is another Palmarejo. The difference is the gold grades are about double relative to the silver what Palmarejo was, but the same mineralogy, the same geology. So I just pulled out the metallurgical report for that, and we did some metallurgy, and we got 96% of the gold recoverable and 91% of the silver. It's just using the same flow sheet. So it's just flotation and cyanidation, nothing complicated.
No rocket science,
So it's very simple. Did a mining study on it, so we know it's mineable, and we know we're close to infrastructure, and we can, it's a developable project. So.
Okay, that's super. Could you imagine to develop it by yourself, or you would repeat your buyout strategy?
What we could do, I mean, but, that we were prepared to put Palmarejo into production. It was a 2 million ton per annum plant we were building there. It was a serious operation. I've put other projects into production in the past, in places like the Republic of Georgia. I built a 10,000 ounce per month heap bleach, gold heap bleach there, in Australia as well, and other projects in Mexico where I've done the bankable feasibility studies. And so we're not afraid to put it into production. But like with Palmarejo, we were prepared to put that into production, and that got the majors then moving. Okay, these guys are going to build and put into production. We better move quickly and take it. And if it's attractive to the shareholders, then we have to put it to the shareholders, and ultimately they decide what happens.
Yeah, that's for sure. You said open pit, that rings, of course, a bell a little bit with Claudia Scheinber.
No, it's underground with this.
It's underground.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Copperkin will be an underground.
It was just
mine.
then I got that wrong. Just the first 300
meters. Palmarejo we were going to develop that as an open pit, and I think that ended up going as an open pit, even though Core initially started developing it as an underground. But this one, because of the topography there, it's challenging to drill because it's quite rugged terrain. But then when it comes to mining it, just like it was done in the old days, you come in at a lower elevation with a tunnel and you mine up into the ore body. So mining wise, it's quite an easy, straightforward method of doing it, and it's not open pit mineable.
Okay,
so,
super. Yeah. How's the relationship, let's say, regarding mine ministry, permitting, communities around? Is that all in good standing?
Yeah, it's all very good. Yeah, so I've been in that particular area for 7 years now. Got very good relationships.
Good.
We've got 5 years on our permission to keep exploring there, so we just got that renewed in July this year. So the local people, we support local schools. We employ 40 people within the district. It's not a very heavily populated district. It's quite isolated, and a lot of people living there. Even though there were a few thousand people living there in the late 1800s when it was, really sort of moving along as a mining district. And we got good support for everyone that wants to see this get developed. So we've got Fresnillo operating 2 mines near us, also Endeavour Silver. They're probably the bigger companies that are around us. And so we're in a good region, good mining region.
Fantastic. So that sounds also like a little bit that you are maybe a perfect M&A target then in the early days already.
Probably.
What is your shareholder? Can you prevent yourself from to be bought out too cheap?
We got 40% of our shares are with institutions, big global mining institutions, which is, good for a company our size. And we got one of them's over 10% shareholding, and ourselves, board and management advisors, we got close to 20% between us.
Okay.
So, we do have, between us and the institutions, we sort of control the stock.
So you're well protected,
yes.
I would say.
Yeah.
Fantastic. 2026 is in front of us. What are the 2 major milestones you want to achieve next year?
Well, first thing will be in the first quarter, we want to get that update on that resource at the first target area. And then what I want to achieve in the first half of the year is then, have done enough drilling at least 2 more of the target areas in the district. One of them we've started drilling at, got some great results we put out last week, some very high grade silver. That one's shaping up to be a more silver rich part of the district. Still high grade golds, but the silver is the standout there. We'll have a target 1 resource, and then at least 1 or 2 more other target areas that we'll start drilling early next year. Those coming into sort of looking like they're going to be similar sort of size. But the big achievement we want to make is to demonstrate that we understand the feeder system, or the system that's responsible for this widespread gold and silver mineralization. So there's over 90 mine adits in the district that were from the late 1800s, and we've sampled most of those now. We've got inside them, we've taken high quality channel samples all across those, and super high grades all across for 9 kilometers up. We're up around 1,800 meters elevation down to 500 meters elevation in the southwest corner of the district. So it's 1,300 meters elevational change, 9 kilometers, and it's mineralized all across there. So it's a big system, and we really need to understand why it's there and to prove that we've got the understanding of the feeder system that's responsible for all that.
Fantastic. And I would suggest drill more, do more
Yes.
samples,
Yeah.
and
And we're well
surprise us
funded.
with.
Yeah, we're funded to do the work, and
That's
we've got the
important. Yeah,
so, and we've got the
exactly.
intention to do the
And
meters.
bring the good news to us.
Yes, we'll
Super.
do.
All the
Okay.
best. Thank you
Yes,
very
thank you,
much,
Roger.
John.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was John Skeet, the CEO of Mithril Silver and Gold. And you heard it. This is gold and silver exploration in Mexico, in the Elephant Territory. And they have the money to do so. They have, very old shafts and mines there already, so they know exactly what's going on. Over 9 kilometers elevation from 1800 down to 500. That's fantastic. Everything is mineralized. So yeah, just drill more holes, bring it up, and I'm pretty sure they will report from 500,000 ounces to 1 million. That's for sure, I think. And check out this wonderful company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich.